Yo, shout out to the YouTube streets. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Good morning. It is Monday morning. I do believe it's a few minutes after 8:30. It's like 8:36 in the morning. Good morning. It's Monday. It's Monday. This is your home girl. Uh, Barbosa. 914, Washington County, New York, coming to you with another live video. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Shout out to the YouTube streets. And it's amazing what you'll see if you're waiting in a public place somewhere. It's amazing what you will see on social media. It's amazing. I'm up here waiting, right? And I'm looking on the phone at the social media. I'm not looking at YouTube so much. I'm looking at what's going on Facebook. And there was this white dude, right? He was in Walmart. I guess he was shopping or whatever the case may have been. He saw this black woman. He approached her. He didn't know this woman's name. He just came out and called her Queenie. She, in turn, said hello. She smiled. She was friendly. He was asking her questions. And then the next thing I knew, he was calling her all kinds of niggas, all kinds of monkeys, all kinds of gorillas. Shout out to the chat. I think Elijah Muhammad said it best. He said it best when he took leadership of the Nation of Islam. Because there was a grand wizard at that time that made some disparaging comments about black people. But he said something that seems to be ringing true today. He said the majority of the white population here in America have some underlying prejudice, racial prejudice, racist attitudes. And it seems to be that it's coming out more and more as time goes on. But what really fucks with me is who's sitting in the White House. Who's sitting in the fucking White House right now? Who's sitting on Capitol Hill right fucking now? Over a month ago, those people that are sitting in Congress and that are sitting in the Senate, they told 42 million people to kick rocks to Kufatu. Because of the shutting down of the government. I don't think anybody really realizes how corrupt politics is in this country. And those that do know, and you speak up and you say something, you know what I mean? Word. Good morning, Lonnie. Good morning, Lonnie. Lonnie, I hope you made it safe to the job. I really like that hat you had on this morning, Lonnie. That's a brand new hat. That don't look like the other hat you used to wear. Good to see you. Good morning. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. It's good to see you. So it snowed up there in Philadelphia. It snowed in New York too. I think New York was looking for more snow over the weekend. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. But yeah, man, you're starting to see it more and more. And all this unrest in New York, Minnesota, all this unrest with these ICE agents looking for people they don't need to be looking for. Half of the people they're looking for have been here in this country for I don't know how many years. They pay taxes, they pay rent, they pay mortgage, they do this, they do that. Shout out to the chat. But those that are here illegally, ah, it's kind of touching subject on who you might be talking about. Who you might be talking about, because everyone that's indigenous to this land are not illegal immigrants. So is the person in the White House, which is Donald Trump, is he the reincarnation of President Andre, or should I say President Jackson Old Hickory, the psycho from the South that everybody in America seemed to deem fit for him to go into the White House? And the man was so savage with his buffoonery. Don't you know that President Jackson, the jackass, the psycho from the South, was a person that liked to get into physical altercations with everyday working Joe and Jane. He loved to get into duels and fight other men for so-called honor. The man was a racist. The man was hateful. He hated the Native Americans. He hated African Americans, our ancestors that was here in this country way before the colonizers came, way before the pilgrims, way before the periodists, way before the Calvinites, way before the Lutherans, way before anybody from Europe came. Oh, yeah. Well, it looked brand new to me, Lonnie. It looked brand new. I'm just saying. I saw the thing on the thing. I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there waiting, right? In the waiting room, right? It's like after 8:30 in the morning. I'm scrolling down the social media feeds. There's a Facebook feed that came up that showed a white man harassing and cursing out a black woman shopping in a Walmart store. And she wasn't bothering him. She was friendly. She spoke. She was like, hello, how are you? She seemed, happy to see him. Didn't have any hate or malice, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of people in this country that are of European descent that hate other people that don't look like them. The Mexican War, the war between Mexico and the United States happened years ago, but it happened because the white settlers decided they wanted more territory. They wanted more land. That's what they did to the Indians that were in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Vermont, Maine, Connecticut. And as you move further into the West, As you move further into the South, they wanted all the land. They wanted something that didn't belong to them. Shout out to the chat. Stolen land. Forget about stolen valor. Stolen land. Shout out to the chat. That's what's up. Blue, formal, blue formerly red. Okay, Nikki Lee, thank you. Thank you for coming in. Shout out to the chat. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I saw that on Facebook. I thought it was very strange and creepy. Because usually when you go on Facebook, you don't see all these things. It just seems like everything started happening as soon as Trump got into that fucking White House. And there's a question that a woman asked on social media not too long ago. She said, "What happened to the Proud Boys? What happened to the people that had that incident that happened on January the 6th a couple of years ago? What happened to them after Trump pardoned them for their crimes? What happened to them? Are they now ICE agents? I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, I saw that this morning, and that broke my heart, man. Then you looking on the news and you read in the newspaper about all this unrest. And why is all these distractions happening all of a sudden? Because a couple of weeks ago, I went to a job site, and don't you know, there was over 100 people on the job site. There was 109 people on the job site. When the ICE agents showed up, 100 people disappeared. And I don't mean they disappeared in the ICE custody. They disappeared because they saw them, they got into their vehicles, and they drove away. So only 9 people was left on the job site. The job site had to shut down. There's been a couple of instances down here, because I'm from New York. There's been a couple of incidents down here in South Carolina where these ICE agents show up, and then all of a sudden the jobs, those sites would shut down. And I've seen them do it. ICE agent can shut down a job site quicker than anyone from OSHA. Shout out to the chat. I'm just saying. All these distractions, and we got people that are having a hard time making ends meet. We got people having a hard time making ends meet. And I will never forget when Ronald Reagan came into the White House, he got into that chair, and what did he do? He cut as many social programs as he wanted to cut. Shirley Chisholm was in Congress at that time. She was on Capitol Hill. And when he came in, that's when she left out. And she said why she left. Ronald Reagan had a very bad track record, but he's not the only one. President Jackson, President Woodrow Wilson, Ronald Reagan, Nixon, President Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and now we got Trump. Trump, a convicted felon. How does a convicted felon get into the fucking White House? Oh, excuse me. I'm forgetting that this country was conquered by convicted felons. People that were kicked out of their own countries came over to America, stole the land, stole the resources, killed anyone that stood in their way. History has recorded it, and it seems like history is repeating itself again. Good morning, Uncle L. I'm just saying that, because I find it is very curious to me. We had a war in the Middle East that lasted just about 20 years, because I remember when the war started over there in the Middle East at different parts at different times. But I remember I was still in high school. And we recently pull out of Afghanistan and Iraq and all these other places? When did we pull out? Or are we still over there? Shout out to the chat. They recently attacked Nigeria, Venezuela. Now they're threatening Greenland because they want the resources. I thought America had oil. I thought they did. What happened to that? Oh, excuse me. We got a lot of companies here in the United States that want what belongs to other people. But this seems to be the repertoire of America. Am I wrong or am I right? Am I seeing it right or if I'm seeing it wrong? What am I missing? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. I'm just curious. We had this rest in this country before. I remember growing up as a little girl, people standing in long lines for gasoline. I remember that. I remember a few years ago living in New York when a certain storm came through. I believe it was one of those hurricanes came through, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe it was a really bad snowstorm. I can't remember exactly, but I do remember long lines at the gas station, and I don't drive. I was taking public transportation at the time. So I took the train, I took the bus, I took the subway. I walked to certain destinations. If I couldn't walk there, there was public transportation. So I didn't have that problem. How much do people pay at the gas pump now? I'm curious. Because when Birdman was living, I do remember him driving those cars he had. And there was one particular car, I remember every time we got in it, it looked like we was putting $20 for every time we got into that fucking car. I was so glad when he sold the car. I was so glad when he sold the other car. I was so glad there was no more cars. And then later on, one of his sons gave him a truck to drive around. I remember that truck very distinctly because it was one of those trucks that sat very high up off the ground, and I couldn't really get into it until he boosted me up and pushed me up into the damn truck. Shout out to the chat. When I got out, he had to be there to hold my hand so I could step down or jump down. That's how high that truck was from the ground. But I don't remember us putting any gas in that particular vehicle. But I remember the other two vehicles. And I remember it was $20 each time we went to the gas station. I remember when a pack of cigarettes in New York, when you went into the bowling alley and you went to one of those vending machines, it was 30 cents, maybe $1. Certain stores were selling you packs of cigarettes at a certain time. It was less than $3 for some of these cigarettes. Now we're paying close to, in New York City, you're paying what? Almost $20 for one pack. $13 for certain packs of cigarettes. I'm talking about the Newport 100s. I don't smoke Newport 100s anymore. And when I see any of my coworkers with a Newport 100, I get suspicious. How did you get this pack of Newport 100s? Why would you pay close to $10 for a pack of Newport 100s when you get something for much cheaper and it smokes the same way? Shout out to the chat. I'm just saying. I want to drop the link, but it may not be necessary for me to drop it. But let me try something. Let me try something anyway. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Yeah, the link is dropped. I dropped it exactly at 8:58. Let me read the chat and see what people are talking about. I've been reading the chat a little bit, but you know. Good morning, Uncle L. Good morning, Nikki Lee. Blue, formerly red. Good morning. Empress Lonnie One Love. Good morning. Shout out to the chat. So we got two left in the building. We got two in the building. The link has been dropped, but I'm not going to be up here very long talking. I just wanted to come up real quick because of what I saw. Waiting. I hate being anywhere to wait in a waiting room anywhere, or to be on a line anywhere, because of course I'm going to go into the phone. Of course I'm going to go on social media. Of course I'm going to see what's going on in the world. Shout out to the chat. So we got one left in the building, but I made my point clear. I made my point crystal clear about what I see going on. And I'm starting to think it's more like the way it was explained when Elijah came. I'm starting to think he explained it very well. There's no need for me to think of anything else. Of course he explained it well, because look at what happened to Martin Luther King. Today they're celebrating Martin Luther King's birthday. Martin Luther King was taken out of here by an assassin's bullet. someone decided to shoot him. Now they're coming up with reports, oh, he didn't die on the scene. He died when he got to the hospital. They recognized who he was and they decided to let him go. I don't know if that story is true or not. I don't know. Only thing I know is someone shot the man. Shot the man for speaking up. They killed him, as far as I'm concerned. We got this thing, these young people starting a new Black Panther Party, and they don't even have the core value system of what the original Black Panthers were all about. They don't. They don't know the price they will pay if they ever fall under the umbrella of COINTELPRO. Because the original Black Panther Party was dismantled years ago. Leaders were murdered. People went into exile. Some became political prisoners. The best example I can give as to what they do to people that really are revolutionary is look at what they did to Asante Shakur. She went into exile. Look what they did to Afeni Shakur, Tupac Shakur mama. She was in this country long time. She didn't leave. She didn't abandon this country. She didn't go back into the prison system. She didn't go back to jail. But they made her life a living hell. They made her wish that she had never thought about becoming a Black Panther. That's what they did. That's what they did. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. And of course, we know what they did to Afeni, because when Afeni stopped speaking, she stopped having speaking engagements at the colleges she was speaking at. She found it very difficult and very hard to get a regular paying job like everybody else. If she did get hired, they fired her right away. They didn't keep her. They knew she had children. They didn't give a fuck about that. They didn't give a fuck about that. She was pregnant with Tupac Shakur when she was incarcerated. Don't you know they made that woman's life a living hell? And to be locked up in New York City, to be in the Tombs, to be on Rikers Island, to be in any of those city jails. Need I say any more? I was looking on the internet and researching about the prison system here in America. And I found out that there was 2 prisons they built. They were the first 2. There was one in Connecticut, and then there was one in Pennsylvania. The one in Pennsylvania was established during what? The 1700s? Shout out to the chat. And then later on, they started building more prisons. They started incarcerating more people. Now they got this thing about privately owned prisons. Shout out to the chat. Good morning if you came in and I didn't see you. So I just find it very interesting, very compelling. This is a good conversation They have the prison system set up for what reason in America? Why is there mass incarceration in America, the so-called most beautiful, most freest country in the world? Because now it's becoming like a third world country. And you know it's becoming a third world country when you see the police coming out and they're no longer wearing the ordinary uniforms. They are now wearing military gear. They're carrying military weapons. They're no longer riding around in a police car or a police cruiser. They're riding around in tanks, army jeeps. They got fatigues on. Shout out to the chat. I'm not talking about ICE. I'm talking about ordinary police. Shout out to the chat. Did everyone know that they are recently taking the pandemic money, the money that's set aside for pandemics or anything dealing with hurricanes or any kind of natural disasters? Did you know that your government officials have, using those funds to build more prisons in 6 different states? Did you know that? Where's all my YouTubers from Georgia? Where's my YouTubers from Georgia? They're building prisons down there. They took money for the pandemic or any kind of natural disaster, and they're building prisons. Nobody's talking about that. Some of these prisons are no longer going to be what it is today. They're going to be more computerized. That means the officer don't need to make 15-minute rounds anymore. Only thing they got to do is look at a computer screen and check what you're doing, because they're going to have cameras installed in all these cells. Ain't nothing going to be private no more. Shout out to the chat. I bet nobody knew anything about that, did they? Do your research. Because when I was locked up, we was coming into fruition about what was going to happen in the near future. And that was what? 30 years ago. 30 years ago. So you imagine what they're doing now. Forget about genocide and gentrification. That's all a part of the plan. Then they're building all these fucking robots to take people's jobs. All these security guard jobs, all that gonna die because they're gonna be using robots. They're gonna be using high-powered cameras to do the job of a human being. Pretty soon there ain't gonna be no jobs. And you're wondering, well, what are people gonna do? How are people gonna live? That is why they're building the prisons. That's why. Because they plan on doing mass incarceration again. And I'm not talking about just for black people. I'm talking about for everybody. We're all expendable. Did you know that? Some of you did. Some of you didn't. I'm here to tell you. I guess that's it, you guys. I guess I'm going to end this video. But good morning to everyone. This is your home girl, Barbosa. 914, which is County, New York, coming to you with another live video. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the chat. Good morning, good morning. Que lo que, mi gente, ven aquí conmigo. Las comunas está lista para ti. Twenty-zetu. Kuja na mimi kula chakula miji baridi. Karibu ni umbani kiwango kuvuta kiti. Kachini kumpumzika unakaribishwa. Welcome to my channel. If you want to know what I know, come and listen. Get something to eat. Give me a cold glass of water. Give me some respect. Good morning, Lovelace. Good morning. It's good to see. Lovelace, would you like to hit the link? I don't know if you want to come up. Anyone can hit the link at this point. So I'm not up here talking by myself. These are the days I wish I could stream with Bishop or Farmer Nancy. These are the days I wish I could stream right along with them. Shout out to the chat. Oh, she just wanted to stop by. Okay. I appreciate you coming, Lovelace. I appreciate Empress Lonnie One Love. I appreciate Nikki Lee. I appreciate Uncle L. And I appreciate Blue. There's somebody here named Blue. Kiss my cheeks. What's up? Kiss my cheeks. How you sneaking? Kiss my cheeks. Good morning. Good morning, kiss my cheeks. Good morning, good morning, good morning, kiss my cheeks. Kiss my cheeks. Girlfriend, you are too wild. You are too wild. Shout out to you. Oh, Lovelace says she's doing some work right now. Lovelace, you always stay busy. But Lovelace, that's okay. That's okay, baby girl, because I seen you on other people's panels yesterday. Lovelace, you are something serious. You are. I enjoy listening to you. You know, you got a nice, sexy voice. You really do. I'm impressed with your voice. I'm impressed with your conversation. I'm impressed with your tongue. Oh, excuse me. I don't want nobody to think I'm hitting on Lovelace. But if I like you, I like you. I just like your voice. I like your avatar. I like what you look like. I like how you think. I like how you express yourself. And there's something wrong with me saying that. And I don't need to say pause. I don't need to say pause. I think Lovelace got a beautiful voice. She do. She do. And she goes everywhere. Lovelace said, she goes everywhere on the YouTube streets. Clean up the YouTube streets. Clean up the YouTube streets. Clean up the YouTube streets. Hey, you remember that song, Lonnie? My job is not done yet. Clean up the YouTube streets. I might play that song. I might play that song this morning. I might share it on my community wall. Yeah, I think people need to hear that song. Shout out to the chat. Because we already got 2 scoops. We already got drop a bag. We already got punish me. We already got phone charger. We already got Birdman bought this paint to this motherfucking house. Ah, I tell you, yeah. Next time, if the panel is available, she said, who said this? Oh, Lovelace. Hopefully next time, if the panel is available, I would love to. I always enjoy our conversations. Okay. Then it's got Kiss My Cheek. She said, good morning, I'm listening. And it's Lovelace again. I just wanted to stop by real quick, Arabia, and wish you a wonderful day. Thank you. Peace, Arabia and Chad. Happy Monday. Everyone, make it the day that you all deserve. Shout out to the chat. We got Uncle L said, good morning, Arabia. We got Nikki Lee says, I'll be here. And says Mrs. Arabia. Who is blue, formerly red? Now, when I see, well, shout out to you and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat of the BT1000. Yeah. So, Lonnie, I know you at work, but I do love that hat. Yo, Lonnie, I don't mean no harm. Yo, check this out, Lonnie. I don't mean no harm, but that hat do not look like the same hat you had before in the past. That hat looked like a brand new hat. When I was looking at you when you went live this morning, I said, look at that nice hat Lonnie is wearing. I never seen that hat before. But then you said you already had the hat. I said, well, I don't remember that hat. But then I was always fucked up. I was always drunk on the YouTubes. Now, and you know what? I'm not in recovery. I'm not doing no 12-step program. But I'm going to tell you something. This is just for me. I can't speak for nobody else. This is just for me. I notice that when I don't have a drink, my talking points and my conversation and how I communicate comes out much better, more clearer. People can understand what the fuck I'm saying. Before, oh no, nobody could understand me. Nobody could understand me. And I remember a few times I used to hit some people links and be like, this is Arabia Barbosa. And I'd be so sad because I'd be thinking the person is not my friend anymore. And I'd be like, are you still my friend? 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 That's what I used to ask people. Child, let me tell you, I've been going through some old videos, right? And I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? Then there's this one video, right, that's on Andre O.D. Kimball's channel, right? And I go to that channel all the time, because I want to listen to certain music drops. There's this one music drop. Now, I'm involved in the music drop. I see the thumbnail. But I won't never hit on that video. Because I remember the last time I hit that particular video, it fucked with me. I didn't like it. I turned it off. I asked Andre O.D. Kimball under that video, could he please take down that video? He refused to take it down. He refused to take down that terrible video. And in the video, it And I look, and that's not the only one. That's not the only one. So, oh my God. I comb through that bigger channel I had. Over 600 subscribers. And some of the videos I can't even listen to. As soon as I see it, I shut it off. Some videos I do go to. The shorts, the short videos, the music. But for everything else, I just like, oh no. No. You know what I mean? I can't believe that happened. Shout out to the chat. And then I remember one time I had got so fucked up, right? I got so fucking drunk. And I think Sis was live. This happened a while ago. Sis was live. And I had hit the link. And the next thing I know, I'm up there singing. And Sis is singing right along. And then I start giggling. And Sis start laughing. And then I start whispering. And Sis started whispering too. And I was like, what the hell is going on? I think Sis got that video. And I was like, I was saying to myself, my God. Then I remember how I met Sister T on this platform. What happened? Whose video I was in and who platform I hit that day. And what conversation carried on. And then that thing between me and True Essence. When I heard the people doing the replay, I said, who the fuck is that? I said, oh no, I got scared. I said, I don't want to never do that no more. And thus far, I've been trying to keep my promise to myself because I don't want to be a jackass for the rest of my life. I tell you, man, sometimes you gotta put barriers up to protect your psyche. You know what I mean? Where, yeah, I just. Anyway, let's talk about happy things. The happy things is today is Monday, and happy thing is that today is a slow day for me. So, I don't have to worry about anything today. I have to worry about it tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning, and then next week. Shout out to the chat. I guess when I get off the line with you guys, I can make the phone calls I need to make. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. I want to thank everyone for coming in. Lovelace, thank you for coming. Kiss My Cheeks, thank you for coming. Empress Lonnie One Love, thank you for coming. Nikki Lee, thank you for coming. Uncle L, thank you for coming. And everyone else that showed up in this chat or showed up in the bushes. Thank you for coming. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Yes, it's me, children. It's me. Arabia Barbosa. It's me. The BT1000, the original, the only original BT1000 in the sector. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here, you guys. I hope everyone has an awesome day. Stay warm today if you're in a cold state. If you're at work and you're getting ready to leave in a few hours, when you get off, please drive home safely. Please. Shout out to you. God bless. And we'll see, but I guess we'll see everybody later. We shall soon see everyone later. Soon come. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. This is your home girl. Barbosa, and I'm out. Peace. One.